Do you think so?
You just listed everybody on tour this summer.
Well, yeah, that's what they're saying, the most anticipated ones. But like,
No, that's everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, Lil Wayne just announced. There's like a lot of people that are still going on tour.
I know,
this
but
summer.
Lil Wayne to me is more anticipated than Lord.
Yeah.
I saw somebody screenshot the picture of the prices of that. Is it Matt Rife, the comedian?
Oh,
yes,
Matt.
Yes.
$700.
I want to go to that so bad, but I cannot. I could not put my head wrap my head around that price.
I won't even for $1,400. I'm not laughing.
Hey, we got tickets down the hall.
Hey, Maddie.
Man, I can't wait to the most anticipated comedy show of the summer.
I can't do that for a comedy show. Like, I'm just going to turn on Netflix. Like, I'm just going to watch the special.
People are, the reason that the prices are up because people are paying for them.
Yeah, I know.
They're paying for
Well, you can make the argument for Matt Rife because every show is a little different.
Yeah.
He does crowd work.
Uh-huh.
So you can't really catch what he does in Orlando anywhere else. So
Yeah.
I don't want to miss it.
Somebody funny about to be sitting up front for $700. It's about to be somebody up there that you're gonna joke with all day.
Yeah.
For $1,400.
I mean, I wouldn't pay it.
Man, that's an all-inclusive for 4 days.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't pay it.
Hey, brother, get your money. Get your money. Updates on the way on Johnny's House. 6:20. It is Wednesday morning. You are listening to Johnny's House. Mostly cloudy. A 70% chance of rain. Thunderstorms likely. 75 now, getting up to 81. Yesterday we had our meeting, and just before lunch, man, I was like, I ain't gonna make it. I am not, because it was candy in front of us, man. I didn't want to eat it. I really didn't want to eat it, but it was right in front of us, and I started eating it, and the sugar just went to my head. I was in there going, okay, I was telling myself, all right, they're gonna think that you're not interested in this, but you really want to go to sleep. Got home about 3, and the kid. When I walk in now to some, I'm like, hey, I'm home. So whatever it is you doing, stop.
Right. I don't want to walk in on nothing.
Trying to walk in on nothing, and I walked in, and he was sleeping.
Aww.
And I'm like, hey, man, why you sleep? You're just catching up from school. Oh, okay. I'm trying not to turn into my dad.
Right.
So I said, you know what? Go ahead and go to sleep. I'm going to take a nap, wake up, and have dinner, call my mom, and went to bed. Ray, how was yours?
It was good. I also went home and I took a nap just because I was exhausted. Yeah. And then I woke up. I went over to the girlfriend's house. I finished her grill.
Okay.
So I put her grill all together,
it's not
all
shaky.
by myself.
It's not shaky or anything.
It's not shaky. I opened, closed, rolled it.
Okay.
So we're good.
Okay.
Ain't no hot dog's gonna roll off one end or anything.
No.
Okay.
Nope. It is
so
leveled.
It's charcoal, not gas, right?
No, it's propane.
It's propane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so I did a pretty good job. That's pretty much it. That was my day. Meeting, nap, and that's it.
I can't do propane. I'm old school charcoal.
I just don't want to
clean up. Clean up is a pain. Yeah,
the cleanup is a pain.
I like my pellet one though.
Yeah,
it's like wood.
Oh, that's nice.
The cleanup's easy though.
Yeah,
with that. So
yeah. Brian, how about you, brother?
I was all right. I tried to get you out of the meeting early, but you didn't take my suggestion. Well, at first, I told him to fake a nosebleed, but then I'm like, well, that's gonna not produce results. So I told him to grab onto his heart and fall down.
Oh.
And then I would pick him up, and we're gonna go to the hospital.
And I told Brian, "There's not a test, bro. If I hold my heart, it ain't no joke. I won't be joking.
Come on, let's get out of here."
And the whole time people are talking.
I know, and then I look at my phone, and Brian sends me a meme of like a little girl throwing her middle finger up.
I'm trying to keep it spicy.
I'm gonna tell you, for the most part, we were 93% focused.
Yes,
that's huge for us.
Yes,
93% focused.
I thought it was a very productive meeting yesterday.
There was 3 times when I went, oh hell.
Yeah, yeah.
One time, Johnny had to kick me and tell me, sit down.
I did. I said, run.
What? I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, Brian was getting feisty.
I was just being honest.
Yeah.
I was about to go down. Oh.
So I wasn't the aggressor yesterday.
No.
Neither was I.
No.
I wasn't the most aggressive in there, was I?
I don't think so.
Okay,
actually.
good. That is an impartial voice right
I
there
won't
saying
name
that.
names.
Somebody said, one department of hell like crap. Oh,
it's going down. And then I had to deal with my son's accident again.
Oh, my goodness,
I'm still
man.
dealing with that.
That story's crazy.
Yeah.
Look, insurance companies, I'm sure they do a great job, but there's just a lot of questions and stuff that come up. I honestly feel really good that I do have a relationship with Dan Newland that I can answer questions. He texted me last night just to check on my son, which was really cool. We had to go to my friend Corey's house, who's allowing my son to borrow his second car to use to get back and forth to Publix. Now, Publix is only a mile from my house. He ain't allowed to go outside of that.
Yeah, that's nice though.
He's borrowing a friend's car. It's a mile to work, a mile home.
Because we heard a story about somebody borrowing a friend's car, wrecked the car, and just gave it back.
And just walked away like it wasn't nothing. Hey, it pulls a little to the left. Yeah, it's because you hit something, you ass.
That story is still blows my mind.
So I ain't trying to have that. So I told my son, I'm like, look, you can go to Publix, you can go home from Publix. That's it.
That's it.
So we went and picked up my friend's car, which was cool. And because of that, I didn't get a nap. And we went to bed at 8 o'clock last night. As soon as it turned 8, I'm like, I'm going.
Isn't it weird, man? You go to bed at 8 o'clock, sun just shining.
Yeah. Still, luckily, I sleep with the pillow over my face. But yeah, it was still bright out.
And Maddie, who's hanging out with us today, how was yours? How was yours yesterday?
I had quite a day yesterday. I was dealing with some personal stuff with my housing situation.
Wait a minute. Last time we checked in with you, you had a brand new roommate.
Yes.
And they moved out?
No. She's fine. Another one of my roommates did move out, but we weren't sure if we were going to be able to stay at the townhouse. So that's like the worst kind of stress trying to
for sure
scramble to figure out where you're going to be living.
Yeah.
So
plus there's 12 of y'all. So
slept horrible before the meeting. And then if I went into that meeting looking rough, it was
no, you were fine.
No,
you got a little defensive, like, excuse me, y'all talking about changing something first. That's a lot of money.
First
I'm
of all,
like, damn, girl.
One of y'all said it.
Well, yeah, one of y'all said, I don't know who it was.
It's going to be expensive.
But it's going to be expensive.
You were a little aggressive.
And I went,
I
went, oh, hell.
I just love that I looked over and Maddie had her hand up like,
I know.
I have something to say.
I
was like, yes, girl.
Everybody was asking all of these questions, and I was like, I have the answers if you let me talk.
Oh, no.
Yeah, see, that's why you got to be aggressive.
That was
great. Was funny.
You did good yesterday.
First of all, whoever said it, nobody said it. Somebody said it because I heard it.
Yeah.
To do what y'all are asking, that's a lot of money. I'm like, go ahead, girl.
She goes, I suggest not.
And that court thing, that can happen to anybody.
Y'all should see our meetings. They're crazy. But like I said, 94% focused. Everything was going. Points were being made and everything.
I was going to wear my meta glasses and record them, but then I couldn't get everybody to sign off on that.
No.
Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. That wasn't gonna... In the meeting, there's a probably won't say her name. She was going to talk, and Ray goes, "John calls you a gangster." I was like,
yeah.
Ray.
I was like, yeah.
She likes it, though. She's like, oh, look at that.
She is a gangster.
She is a straight-up gangster. She's like, oh, thank you. I was like, okay, I didn't want to offend. But I have said that. All right, we come back. We're going to talk about Father's Day because y'all don't talk about it enough. We're going to get the conversation going on Johnny's house. is Johnny's house on a Wednesday, and we're going to get some storms today. They said thunderstorms, likely heavy rain at times, 70% chance of that. Otherwise, it's going to be mostly cloudy and 81. It is 75 right now. Just in case you didn't know, put it on your calendars, y'all. Sunday, June 15th, Father's Day. Father's Day. And you can even tell in spending that there's more spending on Mother's Day than Father's Day. I think they sell like 100 million ties.
Yeah.
They wish to get my dad ties. And they were ugly ties, but back then.
But did your dad wear it? Well, church, he wore ties.
Yeah, he wore to church. So. But some of them he didn't wear.
Yeah.
You know, they were just ugly. Brian, what they saying about fathers and Father's Day, man?
So they did a survey, and they said 70% of those who grew up with the dad, because I didn't, so I wouldn't fit in here. They say that their dad is one of their greatest mentors in life. And 25% say he's the first person they call when they need something or when something goes sideways.
Wow. Now, my dad was I'll tell you, when he was alive, I think this is the second or third year since he passed. When he was alive, I tell everybody, my father was my hero. I mean, growing up, I thought he was pretty damn strict, which he was.
Yeah.
My dad worked 2 jobs. He didn't have time for the playing. It was like, hey, Dad, can I go? No. No. I thought he was pretty strict, but once you get older, you realize, his goal was to keep me off the streets and out of jail. But he was like my mentor, and he always had an answer. But if I had a problem, I'd call my mom. I didn't call my dad, because dad comes in differently. If I say, yeah, Mom, I got a little situation down here. Well, son, what you need to do, my dad was like, hey, Dad, I got a little situation down there. Well, look, we're going to come on down there. I'll get your uncle in the car. We're going to come down here and figure this out. No, we don't need all that.
Right.
We don't need all that. But, yeah, he was definitely my hero. Ray, what about you?
My dad, listen, that guy. He's crazy in the best way possible.
The story you told yesterday about him.
Oh, yeah. Sitting on the tricycle in the driveway waiting for my sister to come home from a date. Yeah. So he was like obviously our protector, but he was also like the cool dad to all my friends. And like, during softball games, he would do the Spider-Man and jump on the fence. And so he just had so much energy and very vocal. So, but yeah, I mean, my memories growing up with him are just all over the place, but in the best way possible.
But if you had a situation, would that be the first call?
My parents? Yeah.
Your mom or your dad?
Probably my mom.
Probably
my mom. Yeah. Just because I know my dad panics and like he probably doesn't. Well, they both do, but I think my mom.
Yeah. Dads want to handle situations.
Yeah.
Did somebody bother you?
Ooh. That's what I'm saying. He would take action immediately before thinking about it.
Yes.
And yeah.
I told you, I remember once I was my sister was at the corner store and some guy on the corner touched her butt. Now I was a kid, I didn't know what that meant.
Right.
Oh.
And she came home crying. And my dad said, what happened? Clyde down there, I was getting some potato, you touched my butt. He did what? So my dad get in the car and I ride in the car with him, because if you go in the store, that means I get some treats.
Yeah.
So I jumped in. My dad got in the store. He saw the man at the store. He picked him up and threw him over a rack. And I was like, huh? And he looked at me and said, did you ever touch my kids? I'll kill you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I remember one of my sister's friends stole money from her. And so my dad got us in the car, drove to his house with a baseball bat and said, give the money over.
Nice. And y'all dad in the mafia.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Wow. But see, now I'm older, I can tell you. Somebody touch your daughter?
Right.
Oh, man.
No, that wasn't a bad response.
Oh, no.
Back then, I was like, dang. Maddie, how about you?
I'm the same way. Like my mom's the one that I'm gonna
really.
Call. Like,
now, I don't know your parental situation. You grew up with a mom and dad, or
yeah.
Okay, 2-parent household.
Yes.
Okay, so do you look at your dad as like your
your mentor?
Your mentor.
No, my mom's just always been my mentor. Like I think if I called my dad with the situation, he'd be like, I don't know, go talk to your mom.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I just have one older brother.
Really? That's usually come from a dad that had like 4 or 5 kids. Like I got 5, 2 brothers, 2 sisters. It was 5 of us total. But hey, look, go talk to your mom about this. I ain't got it.
He knows his strengths.
Yes,
that ain't one of them.
That ain't mine. Like I said, damn, I'm having cramps. Listen, go talk to your mama.
Yeah.
So my son calls me first.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah, I think I would be considered his mentor.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely the first person he calls when something goes sideways. He got in a car accident. And literally within a minute, my phone was ringing.
Oh, yeah. That's first thing
he called me before he called 911. I told him, calm down.
Yeah.
You're alive.
Well,
call 911 and call me right back.
He knows if I call my dad, then here's the plan.
Right.
This is what you're going to do. This is how it's going to be. And what that does is it brings him a sense of peace.
Yeah.
I'm not scrambling on what to do. My dad said, do this, call the police. Somebody's going to be here. And
sometimes he gives me the when I tell him stuff. I'm like, boy, I wish I had me to talk to me when I was you.
I say, say hello again. Say it again. Say it one more time. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. I want to hear from you. 70% of those who grew up with fathers say it's their greatest mentor in life, and 25% say it's the first person they call. We want to talk about your fathers. We got to call us 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Call us. We want to talk to you this morning on Johnny's House. 6:54 on a day where it's going to be 75 right now. 81 is our high. 70% chance of rain, and then mostly cloudy. Father's Day is a week from Sunday, and a survey said 70% of those who grew up with a dad said that their fathers are their greatest mentors. Is this you from Orlando? Hey, Melanie, good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, Melanie. Your dad, your mentor?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. When I was younger, I was a little scared of him, and so I would go to my mom for everything. But as I got older and wiser, I realized that my dad was like the person I can go to, talk to, and confide in stuff. Even now, as I'm gotten older, I go to my dad first for everything. He is such a strong man, and I didn't realize how strong he was until like recently when he had like an accident, and I was like, man, this man can go through anything and still be walking around me like, nope, I'm pushing through. I'm still gonna do this and do this.
There you go, man. There you go. Oh, well, don't forget Father's Day week from Sunday.
I won't.
All right. Thank you for sharing that with your dad.
Happy Father's Day to you and Brian as well.
Thank you. Appreciate that one. Appreciate that. All right. See you, Melanie. From Orlando. Hey, Adam.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Good. Your dad's mentor?
Absolutely. Ever since I was young, he's always been there. Even to this day, he's there. He's always given me good advice, letting me become the man that I am today so that I can, emulate him as a father as well.
Okay.
I see him maybe 2-3 times a week. We try to work out when we can.
That's
and every
cool.
Father's Day here, we do a family trip over at St. Pete. And he's my superhero.
Wow. Is he still the first person you call?
Absolutely. Yeah, on everything. I mean, he's still, when I was younger, I used to hate it because he was always right, and you're growing up and you're kind of pig-headed. You got to find things out for yourself, and he's like, give it to me. And I'm like, okay, you were right.
Yeah. And then you think back, it's like, boy, I was a jerk kid.
yes. And now I'm dealing with it with my son, and now he helps me with that. So when my 12-year-old's driving me nuts, he's like, calm down.
He probably laughs. He said, boy, that was you.
Yeah. He undermines me all the way and gets a kick out of it. But that's the joy of being a grandparent, right?
There you go. Well, Adam, thank you for sharing that, man.
My pleasure. You guys have a wonderful Father's Day.
You too. Ray.
Somebody said my dad is definitely my mentor. Seeing the way he took care of my mom for 5 years when she was diagnosed with Alzheimer's is one of the things I'll never forget.
Brian.
XL Mobile, powered by attorney Dan Newland. Interact, need a check. It's a no-brainer. Call attorney Dan Newland. Someone said my dad was always the first one I called when I had a problem, but also the hardest one to tell when something went really sideways, like an unplanned pregnancy. I was afraid to let him down.
Yep. Somebody, we don't have time to talk to Amy from Autopus said, neither one of my parents. We didn't get to that one. Moving on, Ray. What's going on?
Remember, that sounds like a therapy session.
My goodness.
What you working on?
Let's see here. Post Malone's getting his own bar on Broadway. Did you see that?
No. All right, 3 minutes away on Johnny's House.
Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
All right, so everybody I feel like is getting a bar on Broadway in Nashville. We were just talking about it. Brian was like, they're going to have to expand it.
You're going to have to extend Broadway.
Yeah, so rumor has it that Post Malone, he's going to be opening a new bar sometime this summer in Music City. And the main clue is, quote, on the new bar that reads, something big is coming. We'll keep you posted. But the way that it was posted, obviously Posty and, Post Malone.
Got it.
So it looks like he's here to stay in Nashville, they said. And he's already confirmed that he's working on another country album.
Yeah.
So F1 Trillion wasn't a one and done. He's got some more country music on the way. And he said, I'm pretty excited for the new record already. Made probably 35 songs. And it's just a matter of which ones rock and which ones suck.
The Orlando government's like, we want that.
Seriously.
We want that. Yeah. Why can't we have that? We want celebrities with bars.
I don't.
They don't want any bars.
No, they want to move out the bars we have.
Right.
But if Post Malone said he wanted to open something on Church Street, please.
Come on in.
I've never been to Nashville. Is it like sloppy out there too?
I know. It's a lot like if you were to go like to City Walk or something.
Okay,
like,
but there's not crime.
No, I mean, everyone has crime, obviously, but it's not like that. No.
Not like how we had it and we had to get shut down.
No, it's not like that.
We want it. Why can't y'all open bars? We're Orlando.
It's like if you were to take kind of like what old school Church Street is and Wall Street was, and you extend that for all of Broadway, and then you put really high celebrity bars and add live music to every single stop.
See, Orlando missed a beat during the boy band days because they all had Britney Spears could have had a bar here because she was here all the time. NSYNC could have had a bar here. Backstreet could have had a bar here. Everybody could have had a bar here.
That's such a good idea, though.
Well, at the time, their fans wouldn't have been old enough to get in.
Yeah.
See, now they'd all go like nostalgia, but like they were at the time, their fans wouldn't have been able to drink.
You know, them fans would have snuck in.
Yeah. So
I don't know if you saw this. Eminem is suing Meta. So Instagram, WhatsApp, he's suing all of them allegedly for unauthorized distribution of his songs. So without like a valid license, and they did it for reels and remixes, and they took his original audio. So the potential damages could be more than $1 million. So it's
somebody made a mistake.
I know. And so that's why I'm like, ooh. So he's looking for other damages as well on top of that, like $150,000 per song. So per platform. The Lose Yourself song was actually really big. That was remixed and posted and all of that. So I'm guessing that they didn't ask for permission. That's what it comes down to.
If he's right, then he'll get a payoff and we'll never hear about the story again.
Yeah.
It'll just go away.
There was a situation, I want to say it was with Spotify and Eminem, where they were distributing unauthorized versions of his song, but they were real. And so they weren't licensed to him. So he wasn't getting the money. Somebody else was actually getting the money. But their checks and balances weren't good enough.
Yeah.
And that's why he was suing, which is why our podcast disappeared, by the way. Yeah. Because the checks and balances got a lot better.
Yep.
And you can't have any music anywhere anymore.
Yeah. So what they're saying is that despite removing some of the songs after his complaints, what they're saying is that they continued to host unauthorized covers and instrumental versions of his music. So even though he complained and they didn't take it down, they had others. Yeah. Also, yesterday we announced it. The 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival lineup was released. It is back in Vegas in September 19th and 20th at the T-Mobile Arena. But we've got Ed Sheeran, Glorilla, Jelly Roll, Justice, Lil Wayne, LL Cool J, Mariah Carey, Maroon 5, Tate McRae, The Offspring, Tim McGraw, and so much more.
You will not be hearing us beg this year. Not because we don't want to go, because we beg every year. That was our thing. We started begging. Because one year we begged, it worked, and we got to go.
Yeah.
We will not be begging this year because it's the same time as our cruise.
Yeah. So pre-sale tickets for the iHeartRadio Music Festival for Capital One card holders, that begins Wednesday, June 11th. So next week. But obviously you can win it. 9 a.m. is the first time you can win it.
I was telling Brian, I said, if corporate was really paying attention, they'd invite us.
Right.
Knowing we can't go.
Right.
That'd be so messed up.
It's like, hey, we invited y'all last year. You couldn't go.
Right.
You know.
You turned us down. Once you turn us down, you're off the list.
Oh, yeah. When you turn them down, it's over.
I would be so upset.
That's how it usually works, though.
I know.
Because I think the last time we had a, 2-week notice?
Yeah. It wasn't
short. Can you imagine the morning shows that said no before they got to us?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We were definitely down the list. I don't know. If I miss the boat, don't be shocked if I end up in Las Vegas. Though.
Stop it.
Say, Johnny was here, but some helicopter took him off the private island. We haven't seen him.
Boat left on Thursday without me. I guess I'll go to Vegas on Friday.
Somebody got to represent. What's trending? We're going to update you on that next with Ray on Johnny's House. 7:09. This is Orlando's number one hit music station. It is Johnny's House. It's going to be mostly cloudy, thunderstorms, they say, and showers are likely going to happen today. 70% chance of that, getting up to about 81. It is 75 right now. Nerese, and everybody's like, where's Nerese? She's on a vacation with her family. She'll be back next week. Ray is doing what's trending. So, Ray, what's going on?
Yeah, so snack wraps at McDonald's, they've been off the menu for most locations for almost a decade, and they were discontinued. Well, now they're bringing them back, and we have a date. So McDonald's is bringing back the snack wraps. They're finally coming back on July 10th.
Okay.
So they came out with like a healthier option in 2006. They've got chicken, lettuce, and cheese and a flour tortilla with different sauces. So if you like the spicy or the ranch snack wraps, they are back.
Okay.
Also, people are talking about the McDonald's migraine hack. Did you see that?
No.
People are swearing by this McDonald's migraine hack that if you have like a really bad headache,
and a lot of people
go and get a large Coke and a large fry, and it's like a headache relief. I swear to you,
I can see because
people posted it on social media, and they're like, yes.
McDonald's Coke, it hits different.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
And the fries are there. So it puts you to a euphoric state, and you're like, everything's okay with the world.
Yeah. Also, do you remember that mega mall that Miami-Dade County was going to get?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was supposed to be almost bigger than the Mall of America.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the mega mall called American Dream Miami was caught up in legal battles and delays. So it was proposed back in like May of 2018, and it remains stalled, obviously, right now in 2025. But the rendition of the American Dream Miami, they said that it's like they're receiving the initial go. Obviously, they have 175 acres that they're going to build it on. But right now, the legal fees is what it's caught up in. So the developer is in court. And basically what they're talking about is like the bulk of the project, and they're refusing to finalize the sale due to missed deadlines and stuff like that. So it's still...
I think it's awesome that person's still trying to hold on to that dream.
I know. And so what they're saying is that it's now enforcing the $5 million penalty because of them not hitting deadlines and stuff like that.
So they're just still holding on to that land?
Yes. Yep.
Wow.
So the lack of progress and requirements.
Mall of America is still a thing.
I know. Also, the massive dust cloud from the Sahara is blowing across the ocean towards us right now. So obviously, this is a big thing that's trending right now. It happens like annually.
Yeah. Now, I had a question, and I asked Brian, and he doesn't remember. So you remember the last time it hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Do your cars get dirty?
Yeah, they said that you can get like a little dust.
Dust? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but meteorologists obviously are closely monitoring it. Obviously, they're talking about like the quality of air that impacts like your breathing and the weather patterns and all of that. But they say that the dust is going to cause stunning sunsets again here in Florida. Yeah, and so just look out for that.
That's crazy that it can pick up dust, send it across the
That's
ocean.
what I'm saying. The fact that it can bring the Saharan desert dust across the ocean,
and we're gonna start breathing it.
Yeah.
Starting tomorrow.
Yeah, this says it can make your car dirty, especially when it rains, because it mixes with rain. They call it dirty rain.
Dirty rain.
We got dirty rain coming.
Hey, I also saw something. I don't know if y'all seen it, and they're back. I saw a love bug. It was only like two.
No, there was like 25 of them on my front porch.
You've seen them
for 2 days, and then they were gone again.
They've been gone since COVID.
Yeah. My front porch was loaded with them the other day.
Really?
I walked out, I'm like, what the hell?
This is the first time they've been back.
And then
Strange.
2 days later, they were gone.
Yeah, because I just saw two. I'm like, look, hey, it's love bugs.
Yeah, no, my front porch was loaded, then gone.
And everybody was like, I was like, because we talked about it a couple of years ago, nobody's talked about the love bugs are gone. But now there are, well, a couple of them, not all of them.
Yeah, not nearly as bad as it used to be.
A couple of them. All right, it's time for Am I Wrong? That's when you had a little situation and you had to come up with a decision and you kind of question and say, hey, this is what happened. Was I wrong in doing it this way? And you listening, you can participate by texting the XL Mobile and saying if the person is right or if they are wrong. You got to call up, tell us your story, and we'll tell you in our own personal opinion if we think you were right or if you're wrong. Got a pair of tickets to a sold-out show. Jesse Murph sold out at the Hard Rock Live on October the 2nd. But you got to call us up. What was the situation? What happened? What was your decision? 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. That's the only way to get in, the only way to win. We want to find out is a sold-out show at the Hard Rock Live. Jesse Murph's. You're going to go, and we're going to hear from you, though. Tell us your story, and we'll judge you. Am I wrong? 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. First one's in. First one we'll talk to next on Johnny's House. What's up, live streamers? If you are joining the stream for the very first time, we pop in every now and then to see how you guys are doing, answer any questions, and usually stuff that we don't talk about on the air. Hey, Trisha, DJ BC, LaSarah, anybody new to the stream? Anybody just popping in to say what's up? Anybody that we need to welcome in there? Wolf One, how you doing? How's everybody this morning? Oh, wow, your baby peach tree has 6 peach. How long has it been? I have 4 lemon trees that I've grown from seeds, but they're about 2 years old, and I probably won't get a lemon for another 2 years, but they're getting there. But I grew them from seeds. I didn't do it the cheap way and got them half grown from Home Depot and took them in and put them in my yard. 2 years? Uh-huh. Yeah. I have a little greenhouse that I've been messing around with. So I got them there, got them to a certain height, and then took the dirt and put them in the backyard. Michelle Clark, good morning. Well, here's the thing. Once those lemon trees grow, I'm going to have so many lemons, there's going to be lemons all over the place. I'll be bringing them in, bags of them. Which one? It's out? Oh. Hey, Okay. So anybody got any questions for us? Anything about the cruise? Anything that's going on? Anything you want to talk about? Let us know. My friend's lemon tree tastes horrible. Oh, how can lemons taste? They're lemons. How can they be horrible? I eat lemons raw. Yeah. I eat lemons raw. Your name is Clack? Why would I butcher your name? Clack? Michelle Clack? Is that right? Unless your name is like Michelle A. Clark or something. You guys got any questions for us? We're here to kick it for you. When do you start summer break? Well, the kid has started. We don't get summer break. What else do you have going on in the greenhouse? Tomatoes. I have again, all of them from seeds. I have about 8 or 9, about 10 tomato plants. They're about 4 feet tall now. Yeah, September's going to be here before you know it. All your orders from Temu. I haven't ordered from Temu since they started talking about the tariffs. Wow, Jordan, you get married in 4 days. Congratulations. No, I found some natural insecticide for the tomatoes, but it's in the greenhouse, so there's no bugs in there. Yeah, Alex, we have 2. I have a greenhouse and I have a garden. I take care of the greenhouse. Alex works in the garden. Well, yeah, Shein, if you order from Shein, it usually takes a while to get here. Listen, man, Trisha, if you look on Amazon, you can get a small greenhouse for like $40-$50. That's all it is plastic. I think my greenhouse, the one I have, costs like $70. No, I only gave the phone line. So I can bring up your text. Yeah, they don't usually text on that. My mom is doing great. Talked to her last night. She's awesome. The film crew that's doing a reality show, doing a documentary on my life is about to fly to Charlotte and talk to my mom and sisters and all that stuff. That should be quite interesting. All right, guys, we're going to get back on the air. Just want to say what's up. And we'll check out another time. All right, go ahead and get us out of that nervery. $726. This is Johnny's house. 75 right now, getting up to 81, and a 70% chance of thunderstorm showers likely. Am I wrong? Sometimes the stories get so serious we can't put them on the air. Y'all know we're a fun show. A lot of people going through some real life stuff, but on our show, we want you to listen, relax, sit back, and enjoy and have fun. And sometimes things are a little bit too heavy. We won't take them on the air.
And you know you're wrong.
Yeah, I was about to say that too. I was about to say that too.
Like, I don't know who you looking to justify.
But you were wrong.
Ain't gonna be us.
That was wrong. All right. Don't forget the Johnny's House Cruise. It is on. We were talking about it yesterday. September the 18th, the Carnival Freedom. And Carnival has come out and said, hey, y'all know them fans that y'all been going around doing that boots to the ground thing, and you don't bring them.
Oh.
Don't bring
What
them.
about my big speaker?
Don't bring that either.
Damn.
So what if you like? I always have like a personal, boombox speaker for my.
I think if you have a little one, they'd probably be cool with it because I brought my little one on my last cruise for the room.
Yeah, for the room.
Yeah.
But I guess some people want to keep the party going.
Right, like I can't bring my bump box. That thing's big.
So listen, we're having a good time, and the numbers are going up. It's going to get to a point, like I said, here in the next couple of weeks, that we only reserved a certain number of cabins, and they are selling up quickly. This cruise is probably going to be one of I'd say the top 2 to 3 biggest we've ever done with listeners joining us. And they're going to come to a point and say, okay, hey, the ones you guys are reserved are gone. We're going to have to up the price. Before, they used to lower the price.
Yep.
They don't do that anymore.
No.
They up the price. Cruising is hot right now. We locked our price in like last year. But if you don't go ahead and sign in, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the pay on it is over next week.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So we gave you in January. It's like, hey, put some money down. You got to pay it off by.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's coming up because I have a payment.
And now that we're in the summer, I'm starting to look at things to do on the islands and stuff, like for excursions. It's gonna be a good time. Like it's so much. Like we're going to their new island, Celebration Key, that's not even open yet.
Nope.
So it's gonna be so much fun.
And if you never travel with us, we'll have a party as soon as we get on the boat. That way, people can know each other, and that sets the tone for everything else. We meet usually around 11 o'clock midnight in the club if you can handle it, and then we have private parties and private events where it's just going to be us. We'll give you certain swag to know that we're a part of a group together. But some people traveling alone. You will never be alone with us because everybody is one big happy family, and we look out for each other. So if you want to be a part of it, go to xl1067.com. Give you all that information. Be talking to Patricia, and if y'all talk to her today, say, "Hey, did Ray call?"
Oh my gosh, I'm calling her immediately after the show.
Yeah, if you call the book today, ask Patricia, did Ray call? Because Ray owes her some money.
Yes,
I am calling her today.
You've been saying that for 3 weeks.
Ray,
not even 2 weeks, Ray. 3 weeks.
You're ruining our credit.
It has been 3 weeks.
I'll look it up. It's been 3 weeks because I gave you the phone number myself.
I'm just saying. So if you call the book yours today and get some information, you will be talking to Patricia. Just say, hey, by the way, did Ray call?
I'm going to call her during the commercial break.
She ain't there.
She's not there yet.
Well,
see,
it's always inconvenient for me to call.
Oh, it's inconvenient for you to pay your bill. Gotcha. Okay.
It's the time frame.
I'm gonna tell that to Duke Energy. You know what? Really? It's inconvenient for me to pay you today.
No, because they have like online services that you can pay and all that stuff. So that's your fault.
Ray says she ain't liquid.
Oh, Ray, you ain't liquid right now?
That's what it is.
I understand, man. Sometimes you got to liquidate a little cash here and there. I get it. I haven't checked on Ray. Check on Ray's net worth now?
Oh, let me look
Hold on a second. I know we're running by just a second or so late, but Ray's net worth, I'm sure worth has gone up.
That just makes me so mad every time you say that because it's so false.
Ray.
Well, where did they get it from, Ray?
I don't know.
Where did they get it from?
Ray.
You gotta be quiet because I
worth.
Let's see your net worth.
That was my worth. I'd be paying a lot more.
Ray said, you better be quiet because if I didn't have that net worth, I'd be gone.
Let's see. Sandra Ray is a radio personality and social media influencer.
That's her.
That's worth $1.85 million.
It's gone down a bit.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone as half. That's right. Wow.
Yeah, $1.85 million is what you're worth, Ray.
And you can't give Patricia $35.
Better be careful because I have mediation next week. If she hears that.
Oh, and you can't even give Patricia $35.
I'm gonna get subpoenaed.
Yeah, seriously.
The show's gonna be. Hey, can we get that little? That's so and so. No, but hey, we want you to be a part of it. It's gonna be a good time. And before you know it, somebody hit us on the live stream. Say September, be here before you know it. We want you to be a part of it. Go to xl1067.com. Johnny's House Cruise. When we come back, we'll talk about sounds that kids will never hear again, and we'll explain and give more definition on that coming up on Johnny's House. Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 106.7. You are listening to Johnny's House. It is Wednesday morning, only getting up to 81, but the low temperatures aren't going to stay. It's going to start getting warmer as the week progresses. 81 is right now, 75 right now, mostly cloudy, and 70% chance of rain. Ray, you say there's some sounds now that are gone and kids will never, ever be able to hear them again.
Yes. So people over 30 or 30 and over are listing sounds from their childhood that this generation and younger won't ever hear. So like the...
Now, when I thought about this during the commercial break, I said, you know what? Seeing that kids today will never hear these sounds again, we're going to try to imitate those sounds.
Oh, I was going to look them up, but we'll do...
if you can look them up.
Oh, no, it's funnier, I think, if we imitate.
We're going to try to see if we can imitate those sounds.
Okay.
So what is one of those sounds?
Well, I mean, a cassette rewinding faster and faster. Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
That's
pretty good.
It sounds
pretty good.
like.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's hear the squeak of the crank windows on a car.
Now, the whole time you're doing this, your hand is on this knob that's going in a circular, and you're moving it, and the glass goes down. There's not a button.
Right.
You're manually going, and it squeaks because it's rubbing against something. These sounds should go away.
Yeah. Host asking smoking or non-smoking.
Hi, would you like to sit in a smoking and non-smoking section?
That is so crazy to me.
That are right next to each other with no wall.
No wall. Exactly.
The clapping out the chalkboard erasers.
Well, that's easy.
And then you will breathe that stuff in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you know there's asbestos in there.
Yeah.
All right. I got a few because I'm a little older than y'all. So these some sounds. Ray, mate. Maddie, I'm sure you've never heard these sounds.
Yeah, some of the ones already.
All right. All right. So y'all help her with this one. A manual typewriter, not electric.
Oh, I love those.
Was it tap? No, that's electric. I'm talking. You had to hit the key, hit the key, and the key hit the paper.
What? Well, they had a little arm that flapped up.
Yeah.
But it was so quick.
Tap, tap, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. All right. Let's see. How about this one? This is old school. Do you know what a coffee percolator is, Maddie?
No.
Coffee used to be in a container, and on the top of the container, it would be the coffee, and the bottom would heat it up, and it would go through the middle, and then it would rain down on the coffee, and then it would go right back down. So it would go.
Sounds like a teapot.
All right, let's see. How about? Have you ever seen a manual TV changer? It was a knob.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you had to turn it, and when you turned the knob, it would change channel. So it was like,
oh god.
How come I'm the only one that knows these sounds?
Well, I mean,
we know
I mean, it's just a click.
But each click it was a channel.
Yeah.
So whatever was on that channel is what you heard. So it's kind of like using a remote, but when you click,
yeah,
it was on
just manually.
Okay. All right. Here's an easy one. Do you know what a gas station ding is?
Mm-hmm. Ding.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you drive over the thing and you pull up to the gas pump.
There was a hose that went across the gas station, and when you pulled up, it let them know that you're here, and it goes ding ding.
Because it was full service back in the day. They would come out and change your fluids and
Maddie's like, what the hell
wash your windows.
I've never seen that.
And they would pump your gas for you.
This is in New Jersey.
How about you never had dial-up internet, right?
Oh, I love
So you never heard the dial-up internet sound.
Never heard that.
And then AOL would go, welcome.
Yeah.
You've got mail.
That was my favorite. Or the squeaky sound of like the AIM of a chat door. Like when somebody on AIM entered the chat, the door would open.
It would do like a door sound.
I never got in a chat in an AIM. I never did one.
I lived on AIM chat.
That's where pedophiles were born.
Yeah.
Because there were no rules. It was the Wild West. How old are you? I'm 12.
But if you left the chat, it would be like a door closing sound.
Really?
But if somebody entered the chat, it would be like the door opened.
I did not know that one at all. Let's see, you got the modem, the dial up. These are sounds that That's the craziness. It sounds that that kids today will never hear. Which one was that?
This is from AIM.
Okay.
All the sounds.
Oh yeah. Yep, that's it.
that was it.
If somebody came to the chat.
Wow. So the sound of a payphone coin return. You don't know about that, do you? Have you ever used a payphone, Maddie?
I think I've used a payphone once.
Really?
But it was like, I think I was in a different country.
That's all we had back in the day was the payphone.
And then they did research and saw those are the most dirtiest things in the absolute world. There it is.
Yeah, that was it.
All right. We want to find out from you, what are some sounds today, some sounds from back in the day that kids today will never understand or hear? Because we're saying these things now, and Maddie's looking at us like, what the hell are y'all talking about? 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067, XL Mobile, 41067. Live stream, social media, want you to join in. Got a summer experience beginning of an epic friendship. Universal Pictures DreamWorks Animated presents How to Train Your Dragon. You're going to see it before anybody else. It comes to life on June 13th, but you will see it at the AMC Altamont on Monday, June the 9th. All you got to do is tell us about those sounds from back in the day that kids will never hear today. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. We'll try to help you if we know what they are. Try to sound them out because these sounds kids will never, ever hear again. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You'll see the advanced screening of How to Train Your Dragon, one of the hottest movies of the summer. But you got to tell us about those sounds, and we'll listen for them next on Johnny's House. Orlando's number one hit music station, 752, Billie Eilish on Johnny's House. 75 right now, getting up to 81, and there is a 70% chance of rain. Other than that, it's going to be mostly cloudy. We're talking about sounds that kids today will never hear again. They're just gone. Technology has just wiped them off the map. How to Train Your Dragon. We want you to go to the advanced screening at the AMC Altamont on Monday, June 9th, even though the movie doesn't come out until June 13th. You got to tell us what those sounds are. Coming from Melbourne. Hey, Brandon.
Good morning, Johnny.
All right. What are those sounds, man? They're gone.
The dial tone.
The dial tone,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Listen, you don't understand.
Don't pick up the phone.
When they took that sound away, hanging up just wasn't the same. When you hung up on... Go ahead.
Yeah, it's far less aggressive when you hang up on somebody now.
Oh, yeah. You hung up on somebody's back then. You're like, hello? Click, click, click. No, they didn't hang up on me. And then you call back. Hey, did you hang up on me? Click, click. No, they didn't. That must have been a mistake.
Well, back in the day, you put some like oomph behind it. You slammed the phone
Oh,
down,
yes.
and then you knew I was mad. Like, what am I gonna do now? Hit end really hard?
I always would call back because I just assumed that was some kind of mistake. I know we were in a heated argument, but that must have been a mistake that it was disconnected. I know you didn't actually physically just hang up on me, and they did. That's when you felt good about it, unless you were on the receiving end of the dial tone. And then what was worse, Brandon, is when you call back and they wouldn't answer.
Oh, burn. And you don't even get the satisfaction of voicemail. It just rings and rings.
And Brandon, there was no texting to say, so you ain't gonna pick up.
Oh, and another sound they'll never hear, the busy signal that you would get if they left it off the hook, because there's no busy signal anymore.
Yeah. Yes.
No one's phone's ever busy.
Not at all. All right, Brandon, you hold on a second. From Claremont, Christopher, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you guys?
Good, Christopher. A sound that people won't hear again.
All right. As someone under 30, I know 100% a sound that we'll never hear is the cheering of a family getting a house for like $80,000.
Yeah, you're not going to hear that, Brandon. I think no one in life will ever hear that.
I didn't even hear that.
The family just crying. We got it for $80,000. Yes! Our dream home. And we're not talking about a box either. We're talking about a 3-4, No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those days are gone. You hold on a second here. All right, sounds the kids will never hear today. From Winter Park, Dahlia, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, what's the sound the kids today will never hear?
The manual rotary phone.
And how old are you? How old are you?
I'm close. I'm 40.
Oh, I was going to say, you don't sound old enough to know what that sounds like. and here's the thing, you were impatient, so you tried to force that number around.
Yeah.
Forced it around. And like Brian said, you get to that last one and you mess up.
Get to that 6th number and then hit the wrong number, like, damn.
Start all over again.
But think about it. How could you mess up? All you had to do was stick your finger in the hole. You stick your finger in the hole and bring it around.
Maddie, have you seen a phone like this?
Seen it.
She's like, I've seen it, like in movies.
I've used it.
Never used it. It's like, hold on a second. Let me call Brian. And
888's like,
and then nothing happens. Yeah, hang it up and do it all over again. All right.
From the beginning, yeah.
All right, you hold on a second. B, we're about to go raw, man. We're about to go raw up in here.
Kids don't know the sound of that.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, us picking up a phone call raw because we never did that before, but now we do.
XL, good morning. Who's this? Oh, that's me not picking it up raw. There we go. XL, good morning. Who's this?
Hi, this is Juan.
Juan, what's the sound people just won't hear anymore?
The dial-up tone.
We just
for a dial-up internet.
Oh, the internet dial-up, yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right, you hold on. Anything over there, Miss Ray?
Yeah, so somebody said, obviously, the You Got Mail.
Yeah.
The sound of opening up a VHS tape, out of the case.
Yep. Open it up. Yep.
Somebody said the Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon. Me.
Let's see. XL Mobile powered by Attorney Dan Newland. Interact, need to check. It's a no-brainer. Just call Attorney Dan Newland. Someone said white noise, static from like a TV, because pretty much everything has a channel on it now.
That's when you knew you fell asleep, when you wake up and that's the TV is signed off.
The little end of the day.
Yes.
They play the national anthem. Then they throw them bars up there.
That is so weird that they play the national anthem every day.
Did you know the TV used to sign off?
No. I just thought it played like reruns of old shows.
No, at the end of your broadcast day, they would play the national anthem and then throw up some lines on the screen. Be done.
Done till the next
And
morning.
then in the morning, it would come back on.
Yep.
And then they started getting like the paper or the paid commercials.
Yes.
The paid advertisements.
Yeah, they just ran them all night long.
Yeah.
Brandon, we're going to hook you up. How to Train Your Dragon. You can go to the advanced screening at the AMC Altamont on Monday, June 9th. Ray, what's going on?
All right. So the 15th day of testimony happened in Diddy's trial yesterday. I'll catch you up.
On the way, Johnny's house.
Coming up in just 3 minutes.
Hey, it's Alex Warren.
Ordinary. XL 1067. Now, the Johnny's House Entertainment News with Ray.
Celebrity News is sponsored by Fairwinds Credit Union. So, Diddy's 15th day of testimony for his trial happened yesterday.
Okay.
And one of the big things that came up was the video from the Intercontinental in Los Angeles. This is the video that everybody saw on CNN.
This thing started everything.
Yes, it started everything. So they spoke to Eddie Garcia, who is a former security supervisor at that hotel. He testified about an alleged payout that he and his colleagues received to bury that video. So Eddie worked at the hotel back in 2016 on the same day that the cameras captured Diddy beating up Cassie. He says that he was approached by Diddy's right-hand woman. That woman wanted to get the tape. He spoke to her, and I guess Diddy had told her to speak to a supervisor or subpoena him to hand over the tape immediately.
Subpoena him?
Yes, but he didn't. So later that day, he got a call from Diddy himself. He asked Eddie, could you help me out? And so I guess Eddie talked to his supervisor, a guy named Bill. So all of them worked at the hotel.
Okay.
And Eddie says Bill told him to go back to Diddy's people and offer him a purchase price of $50,000 of the video.
Okay.
So I guess Diddy called Eddie his guardian angel or an angel for making this process happen. So Eddie met him at a high-rise in West LA with the tape, and Diddy wanted to make sure that he received the only version of the tape in existence. Eddie was pretty sure that this was the only...
But it wasn't, was it?
The only copy of it, yeah. So he was pretty sure that this was the only copy of it. Diddy made him sign an NDA. Then Diddy handed over $100,000.
So he wanted 50 and he gave him 100?
So he wanted 50 each. So the guy, Eddie, was a supervisor, and then that supervisor went to his boss, and the boss knew about it.
So, but the hotel knew nothing about it.
The hotel? Nope. Only the security people that worked at the hotel. So that's what I'm saying. So these two security people that worked at the hotel got $100,000. Then a fellow security officer was also broken off $20,000 of that because she saw the handing over of the tape.
Paying everybody
so
off.
they're paying everybody that knew that Diddy got this tape in his possession. So fast forward to CNN playing this video of Diddy beating up Cassie, and they asked him, the prosecution asked him, how do you think they got this video? And he was like, listen, it is very unclear. It is very unclear.
Because they were supposed to have the only copy.
Yes. How CNN obtained this video. So,
wow.
I mean, if I'm the security guard and I took the money, I'm making a copy first myself.
Yeah.
Personally. I mean, I know you're not supposed to because you told them you weren't going to, but whatever, man.
Okay, but you got that copy, but what about the one that did they not know it was a backup or
I don't know.
The company?
I have no idea.
After you take money like that, you kind of quit your job, right?
So that's the thing. So Diddy basically told him, be careful how you spend this money. Like he's made him sign an NDA, all these things. And then I guess a couple years later, Diddy actually texted him, wishing him a happy Easter. Because he, like I said, this guy was his like guardian angel for handing over that video. And then I guess that dude was looking for more jobs because he left Intercontinental.
Yeah, you have to.
And messaged Diddy and was like, hey, I'm looking for some work. And he never heard back from Diddy.
Of course he didn't.
I'm surprised Diddy didn't just hire him on as security.
I know. Yeah.
That way you're under my thumb already because you got some serious stuff on me.
Hey, but Diddy also was thinking that for the right price, you're going to sell me out too.
Yeah.
So you sold your company out like it was nothing.
But I think that's why I got to hire him because I know now I've only given you $100,000. That's going to run out.
Yeah.
$100,000 ain't much.
So he said later on he was contacted by law enforcement when that video was released, and he lied. He didn't tell the truth to law enforcement about the incident, and he wanted nothing to do with the investigation.
You got $50,000.
Yeah. So, but I guess he bought like a used car. He paid cash for it.
You are not a good security person.
Also, another big thing that happened yesterday, a heckler was kicked out. Did you see this?
Yeah.
So I guess this person...
It sounded like it was an older woman.
Yeah, she was a woman. She's a Diddy fan. And I guess she was a regular inside and outside of the courtroom for this whole trial. And I guess she was yelling his name, some profanities, and said, these mother effers are laughing at you. And you're laughing at you're laughing at a black man's legacy. So... that was another.
I wonder why if she's been in there every day, what was it about yesterday just made her just snap? Because this happened before court even kind of started.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Did she sleep bad the night before?
Maybe she was just sick of like 14 days, 2 weeks of just being in there.
Yeah, it's just been in her brain every single day that today I'm gonna just snap.
Yeah, I don't know.
And now they're like, you can't ever come back in here. All that wasted time.
But now that the sex workers, their faces have been revealed, some of them are talking to TMZ now.
Okay.
Because obviously, like they're not famous, but their faces are out there. So they're like just telling their side.
If anyone could put 3 words together, they need to write a book.
Really?
Yes.
You know, if you can form a sentence, write yourself a book. That's where your money is right now. All right, Weird Stories of the Truth with Brian on the way on Johnny's House. 808, Orlando's number one hit music station. It's XL 1067. Ray, what's the current? Last time we checked, it was 75. Looking for a high today of 81.
It's 77.
77 right now. Mostly cloudy, 70% chance of rain. All right, Brian, give me some weird stories of the truth.
There is a former flight attendant who is facing up to 25 years in prison now after getting busted smuggling more than 100 pounds of a new drug.
Okay.
It's a synthetic drug, but it's made with human bones.
What?
Yeah, so she was apprehended in Sri Lanka in the airport. It was a suitcase full of Kush. It's a drug out of West Africa, not the Kush that we know about.
Yeah.
And it's blamed for the death of dozens of people, but the base of it is human bones.
Ew.
Is that Kush? Yeah, is that stuff been killing people? Yeah, give me some.
Yeah, that's crazy. So I guess they grind up human bones. They mix it with some other stuff. It's supposed to get you high. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. It's killing people.
Yeah.
And
sure.
you'll go to prison.
They ain't perfected that yet.
You can bet on pretty much everything. There is a betting site, and they have a bet that's gone live now. You can bet on the return of Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So the bet is open right now, and it's going to stay live until 11:59 p.m. on December 31st. So we're betting by the end of the year, basically, is what we're betting that Jesus Christ going to come back. So you have to obviously get on the site and you have to sign up and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And you have to place your bet right now. They say based on the betting, 3% chance that Jesus is going to be here by the end of the year.
Well, here's the thing, and I ain't trying to get religion on y'all, but they say when he does come back, the good people will be gone in a flash. So if you're there to collect your bet,
yes.
So good people don't make bets?
No, the good people be gone.
Oh, okay. So if you're here to collect,
yes.
Oh, you're not so good.
Yeah. You ain't gonna be around much longer.
Yeah.
It's gonna get real uncomfortable for you.
In a meeting yesterday, people were making God jokes. Johnny looked over at me. He's like, "Do not get on this God joke.
Don't do that.
Don't do it."
They know that. I know who Jeremy Rice did one too, and I was like, "Hey, man, come on, bro."
I'm like, I won't.
Yeah, Maddie, you just started hanging out with us. I haven't heard you do it yet, but don't be using the Lord's name in vain around Johnny.
I'll watch myself.
He gets very tight about the GDs.
I do. I really do.
Yes.
The GDs.
You can say "gosh darn."
Yes.
Yeah.
You can say "yeah," but you can't say GD.
I was about tossing the Reese up out of here. That was a strong one.
Well, she did it twice.
I was like, "Hey!"
I was like, "All right, girl."
Hey!
I did it one time ever. I've been here 25 years. One time ever I did it. And he almost threw me out. And I'm like, all right, well, noted.
That's just strong.
Noted. And it's just good to not damn God. He ain't doing
Yeah.
you.
You say got. I ain't got no problem with that.
Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
And okay, so AI is everywhere. There's a London-based company. They started a new AI company. It's called Builder.ai. It was valued at $1.5 billion because they do jump in valuation pretty fast. But it went bankrupt because they realized that it was not actually AI. They had a little call center with 700 human engineers in India that were quickly answering questions and typing things out for people. Microsoft actually got took. They invested $455 million in it. But it turns out under an investigation, it wasn't a real AI company. It wasn't a computer generating the answers. It was 700 people as fast as they could coming up with the answers.
But for a $400 million investment, can't you get somebody to create you an AI? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know. Why not pay these people very little money and take your $1.5 billion?
Not getting too inside on what we do here, but we found out about an AI yesterday. It was like, say what?
I cannot. I'm like, I
That's
need that.
mind-blowing.
Now, can you imagine if you found out it was 700 guys in India just editing video really, really fast?
But you know what, though? If you give me the results I want, I don't mind if they're typing like crazy.
But the problem is, like in this case, you're thinking AI, this is ground floor stuff. It's going to develop over time.
No, this was not.
These guys aren't going to get any better. There's 700 guys in India just typing away. So they found out because they falsified some numbers on some profit reports, which made them go, wait a second, let's go look at this. And they looked at it and it found out, well, this isn't really an AI company at all. It's just 700 dudes in India typing really, really fast.
Well, see, I'm going to be mad because somebody, if I'm like the CEO or something, somebody told me, hey, this is the next big thing. We need to invest in it. I'm assuming that you did your due diligence. And then after I found out it's not real, I'm like, well, Brian, did you go check it out?
Right.
What happened when you found out?
Nah, I looked it up on ChatGPT. It said it was legit.
So what happened when you went over there?
Well, there were 700 dudes.
Typing
in a really hot warehouse, just typing away.
I like that the people are taking the jobs back from AI now.
Yeah,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
700 people. Well, now they lost all their jobs.
Wow.
What are those guys going to do?
But my thing is, if I got 400 million, let's try to go legit, y'all. Let's try. At least try.
No, there's a documentary, you've seen it, where that guy was doing all kinds of fake stuff. It was all like blockchain.
Yes.
And he got a ton of investment.
Yes, he did.
And they were like, well, we could have actually taken the money and done what we said we were going to do.
And they never did.
But instead we bought Porsches.
Yep. And nice cars and all that stuff.
And that's what happened.
Man. All right. We come back. I got a question for you about movies that you watch. I'll ask that next on Johnny's House. 826 Johnny's house on a Wednesday, mostly cloudy, thunderstorms likely. High today, 81. It is 77 right now. I want to find out, do people actually watch movies because they want to cry? Last night, had a long day. I was calling my girl to see how she's doing, saying goodnight, one of those things. And I called and she was like upset. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I said, you crying? What's going on? I was watching this movie and it was sad. And I started, did you know when you went into the movie it's going to be a tearjerker? Yeah. Why the hell would you watch it? I just felt like I wanted. Is everything happening? Is everything okay? No, everything's cool. So you watch the movie with the intentions of just crying? I don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Sometimes, like if you just need that release.
Once a year, if I let my emotions build up, I will give myself a good cry. I can feel it coming. It's not like I can plan. It's not like, September 14th at 3 o'clock I'm going to cry. If emotions start building up after a while, and if I can't make that cry happen, I will watch John Q.
Oh, that movie.
I watch John Q, and then somewhere when he says, my son will not die, buckets will just come out. I feel a lot better, and I stop the movie. I don't even watch but just to sit down and go, hey, man, you ever see that movie? I heard it's a real tearjerker. And to sit down and watch that, I don't even go to movies to see movies that they're sad. I don't want to feel that way. I don't want a movie to take me there. I just don't understand that, right? You look at it.
Well, I mean, I cry all the time. So, like, I don't watch movies specifically to cry.
But if you know if it's a sad movie, will you watch it?
If it's on and it comes across it, yeah. But some that aren't even like meant to make me cry. But I will listen to music specifically knowing I'm going to cry.
Me too.
Yep.
No, I have songs I won't listen to because I know it's going to make me cry.
So there's days where I want it.
Do you do it and it makes you feel better? You're just like, okay, I feel like crying. I know this song is on. I'm going to listen to it and get this emotional relief.
Yeah, I think so. Because I think if you have a lot going on in your life, it might not even be anything that's related to that song, but that'll help you get it all out. And you get it all out.
Yeah.
Ray, what about you? You're watching movies like, oh, this is a sad. I heard it's a sad movie. Really? All right, let's watch it.
I think that I will do music before movies. Movies really get to me, and I don't know how to turn it off.
Yes.
I don't know how to turn it off. I'll go to bed thinking about it. I think it's real life. I can't.
Hey, John Q is real life.
Yeah. That is true. That is true. But like, have you ever seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
No, because I heard it was sad.
My dear God. I think that's one of those movies that ruined me. And I still think about it to this day.
I don't want to watch a movie, and when the movie's off, I'm still just sitting there.
Yes. And I'm by myself a lot of times.
Yes.
So I'm like, okay,
if you know this, so you try to avoid it.
I try to avoid it, yeah.
Okay.
I'll watch happy stuff.
And Maddie, you sometimes just want to watch a movie just to cry.
I mean, I think I have an appreciation for a movie that can evoke an emotion like that, because like that means it's a good movie.
Yeah,
like, it's doing its job.
That's different emotions. I'd rather watch a movie that's gonna make me laugh.
I think that's fair.
Or some action movie going, man, you about to fall over that cliff.
I feel like every time I put on a Disney movie, it's like I know I'm gonna cry because Disney does that.
Oh yeah, it starts out.
Most of the movies you're going
something
to cry,
sad, and then they bring it all back together.
Yeah, that's kind of their formula. Yeah, but like I won't, because to me I feel like the reason music is better because it's a shorter situation. Like it's 3.5 minutes, and I'm gonna get my cry in. And I'm good. But like a movie's gonna be 2.5 hours.
I know you're in it. Yeah, you're in it, man.
Like, there's ones I know will make me cry.
What's one of them?
There's a movie called My Life.
Yeah,
it'll make me cry. I know that. If I come across it, I'm gonna watch it. I won't turn it off, but I won't seek it out.
Okay, let's say you had a great weekend, you had a great week, and you're like, all right, you know what? I'm feeling pretty good. Got a nice little buzz. And you'll watch it?
I haven't had that situation yet. I think I probably would.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe bring me back down to reality a little bit. Let me know what's what.
I just don't. Kind of like Ray. It sticks with me all day.
Yeah.
At night.
I'll wake up in the morning and be like,
at night, it's like, hey man, what's wrong with you? We need to do something about the healthcare system.
Yeah.
Come John Q's son, all he wanted was a little action figure.
Right. How can you drink at a time like this? The healthcare system is in shambles.
It's shambles. I can't do it. I mean, those movies make a whole lot of money. I don't even watch rom-coms. I think rom-coms are stupid. Romantic comedies, I do.
I love rom-coms.
I don't know. I mean, every time I watch 50 First Dates and she decides that she doesn't want to remember Adam Sandler the next day, I get a little sad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't recall the last time I watched a rom-com. I just think that's stupid. And I'm not saying that to be mean, because it gives you an unrealistic view on romance and love and all that stuff. It's just not real.
I mean, none of it's real.
Yeah. Okay. Coming from the guy that's still watching what? American.
Yeah, All American.
All American.
Hey, look, it's the final season. Final season. All right, look, we're going to move on. All right, it's time to find out about true stories. It happened to me. We'll kick that off right here shortly on Johnny's House. $8:34 Johnny's House. It is time for true stories that happened to me. You have those most amazing stories that happen to you in your life, and you tell those stories. People are amazed. We want to be amazed by those stories too, but we got to hear your story first. Going to give you two sets of concert tickets, a pair of tickets to see Jesse Murph sold out show at the Hard Rock Live, and a pair of tickets to see Callie J at the Kia Center September 4th. Thank you, Ray. Two pair of tickets. You're going out to concert on us, but we got to find out about those true stories that happen to you. The only way to get them in, you got to call 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You've been holding on to those amazing stories. Now it's time to tell everybody about it. Call us now. True stories that happened to me. We'll go in 2 rounds. First round's next on Johnny's House. 8:38. It is Johnny's house. 77 right now, getting up to 81. Mostly cloudy, and there's a 70% chance of thunderstorms and showers today. True story that happened to me. You tell us those amazing stories, and we want to hear them. And we're going to take you to 2 concerts. One to see Jesse Murph. It's sold out show at the Hard Rock Live, and another one to see Kali Uche at the Kia Center on September the 4th. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. Let's go to Kissimmee and talk to Nancy. Hey, Nancy, good morning.
Hi, good morning. It's actually Angie.
No. Right here, I'm seeing Nancy.
You know, my bad, Angie. I get that all the time. I think it's the way I say it, but it's Angie from Kissimmee.
Oh, I can see. Okay. The way you said it does sound like Nancy.
Yeah.
How do you say your name again?
Angie.
Well, when you say it just that, but in the sentence, I can see.
You said, my name is Angie. Okay, Angie.
My name is Angie. Yeah.
All right, True story happened to me. What happened?
Okay, so true story. The reason I'm even telling you the story, I've got my niece and nephew in the car. They're big fans, and they say, you have to call in. So I was graduating from my master's degree, and I fell on stage, and I just stayed down because I was so embarrassed. And they ended up calling the paramedics on stage. Because I just laid there. I was like, I'm out. We're going to close my eyes. I'm so embarrassed. I cannot get up on this stage.
How far did you get? Okay, they called your name. You were walking towards whoever was giving out the diplomas to shake their hand. And how far did you get when you tripped?
I literally was about to shake the man's hand, and I tripped and fell backwards on my back. And I was so embarrassed. I just closed my eyes and I just stayed down. And then they called the paramedics up on stage. I was so mortified.
So your first response when you fell was to stay down, not to pop back up and say I'm okay. To stay down and
stay down. I was so mortified. My family was in the audience. I had tons of friends. I just stayed down. And then when the paramedics came, and they kind of like talked to me. I opened my eyes. I was like, I'm okay. I think I'm okay. They checked my head. And then I got up and the entire place started clapping. I was like, oh, she's okay.
Well, are you sure you didn't pass out?
Right. You full on stopped the graduation.
I mean, I might have. I don't think I did, but I might have. But I remember closing my eyes.
I'm not even going to lie. If I was behind you, I'll be like, I've been waiting 12 years for this. You're about to roll that woman out, about to roll her off there.
Right, I'm going to step right over you.
And it was my master's degree, so I was beyond mortified.
Wow. Your first thing to do was just stay there with your eyes closed.
I can see it because you're like, oh my God, this didn't just happen. But like long enough for the paramedics to roll up is a long time.
If I just laid, I'm not going to lie. And then my nephew and niece, they were like, you have to call and tell this story.
How long do you think you held up graduation?
It was a solid 15 minutes. It was
15 minutes.
It was a solid 15 minutes. I was mortified and I was crying. I was so embarrassed. And it's all recorded. That was bad. It was so bad.
I like it. All right, you hold on a second.
That's good.
407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. We want to hear your story. True story. It happened to me. That was round 1. You got a better story. We want to hear it. Call us for round 2 on Johnny's House. 8:45. It is Johnny's House. True stories that happened to me. If you want to get a last-minute story in, you can right now. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. And if you can't, then Angie. Her name is Angie, right?
Nancy.
Nancy.
Is it Nancy?
Not Nancy.
It's not Nancy.
It's Angie.
It's Angie. Yeah. And she fell off the stage in graduation. I think I mentioned this one. On my graduation, the girl in front of me, she flunked, or she ain't turning her book or whatever. But instead of scratching her name out, they scratched mine. So I'm standing there right there ready to go, go ahead and get mine. And they skipped over me, mentioned the girl who she wasn't there. So she knew she wouldn't graduate, so she wasn't there. They called her, and then the person behind me. They answered the person behind me. So I'm just standing there.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of standing there like,
I'm going.
The guy behind, here's the cold thing about it. They called the guy behind me. He said, "Excuse me, player."
Yeah. You
So
ain't
did
stopping
they-
down my moment.
Did they eventually call your
Oh,
name?
yeah, they did. Somebody went to the person like, that's Johnny. Oh, yeah. And then they said my name. Was like, yeah, you did.
Oh, I'd be so mad too.
Well, because they knew who you were.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you were not to like brag, but you were known in school.
yeah.
So it's like, wait a second, we missed Johnny.
Oh, man, I'll never forget my man bumped me. And I think, what if they did that? And I just freaked out and just ran across the field because it was in the stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Just ran off the stage, just ran.
Just run. Like Forrest Gump, just gone.
All right, man, we're going to go raw, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to get here.
Let's hear that story.
All right, let's see here. XL, good morning. Who's this? Hello? Hey, who's this?
Oh, yeah. Hi, this is Shay.
All right, Shay, true story happened to me.
So it was my senior year of high school, and it was the last couple days. And on the outside, I looked like completely normal and everything. But one of my friends, she wanted to be a chiropractor, so she was cracking everyone's back. And I was like, oh, dude. And so she did my back, but then come to find out, she was feeling my back, and she's like, your spine isn't straight. And I was like, okay, you're lying. So within the same week, I went home. I told my parents and stuff. They didn't think anything of it. We had a doctor's appointment, and then I found out that I had scoliosis. And within the same week of me finding out, I had a spinal fusion.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my God.
So how did your friend, she go to what, 1 or 2 chiropractic classes, and you going around cracking? I ain't let nobody crack my back.
I've never had my back crack. I don't let no one do that. I don't trust it. I'm afraid it's going to mess something up.
It feels so good, though.
It does.
Yeah, I didn't believe it. I was like, oh, you're lying. And then come to find out it was true. But I wanted to tell that story because it is Scoliosis Awareness Month.
Okay.
And I just want to know who has it that, you are beautiful.
You are beautiful.
So did they go on to become a chiropractor? Because they should be a really good one.
No joke.
They diagnosed you with no problem.
They didn't, actually.
So they just went down the line in high school graduation cracking backs.
They Googled chiropractor and all of a sudden they're a chiropractor.
I'm sorry. You ain't going to come to me and crack my back.
Right.
Christine, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
True story happened to me.
So back in the day, I worked at Universal Studios when the Mummy was Confrontation, and so you rotate your positions there. So eventually you'll get on the tram to do the acting portion. And so I was on that portion one day and kept getting skipped over for the rotation. Actually ended up going around. We counted 57 times I performed that in a row without getting a break. And no one had still come to relieve me. So they stop you a little bit before the regular people get on your tram to load like a VIP tram. So I got stopped to load a VIP tram, and it was Robin Williams and his family.
What?
Really?
I was just stunned. I was exhausted as well. So I pulled it out from my gut to try to give him the best performance.
Oh, no. Listen, I can be tired as I want to be. Robin Williams back. I'm going to find a new life.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I pulled it out, and lo and behold, when we got back around after the ride was over, my replacement was waiting for me. I just got lucky enough that they didn't get there fast enough that I got that tram. And he said it was fantastic and gave me a pat on the back. And that was it. They got off and walked away. And I was just still so stunned. We didn't have phones on us or anything like that. And I don't want to embarrass myself and be like, oh, can I get an autograph? I was just like, oh my God, that just happened to me.
You can still hear the excitement in your voice after all those years.
Did you cry when he passed away?
I did.
I feel like I would.
I sure
if I
did.
met him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll tell everybody. Hey, I hosted the ride he was on.
Right, he said I did a good job.
He
patted me on the back.
Wow.
He tried to put me in Miss Doubtfire, but I couldn't do it.
Man, now I was gonna get these to Angie Nancy, who fell at the graduation. But the fact that you met Robin Williams after doing 57 scripts,
and
I think you're gonna.
And he liked your performance.
Yeah.
He did.
We're gonna hook you up, and again, I can tell you're not lying because you're still nervous telling the story. That is so cool. Wow.
I would tell everybody that story.
Wow. All right.
I do.
All right. You hold on a second. We're gonna hook you up with these tickets. Celebrity news on the way.
T-Pain has announced a 20th anniversary tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming up on Johnny's House.
All right, so I'm telling you, T-Pain is bringing his music back. He has announced his 20th anniversary tour, and it's kicking off in the fall.
Okay.
So he just posted a video talking about his TP20 tour. It's going to celebrate both decades of T-Pain from his 2005 album and his 2023 covers album that he released, which is actually pretty good.
What size venue?
So it looks like he's going to Clearwater, the Baycare Sound. Okay. I don't know what that is. Hollywood, Florida, which is the Hard Rock Live.
Oh, okay.
And then Tallahassee, Florida, he's doing the Donald L. Tucker Civic Center.
Okay.
So they basically are saying that this tour is not just a celebration; it's a thank you to everyone that's listened to his music since 2005. Obviously, he said it's going to be like every karaoke night, every beat drop that T-Pain has ever been a part of. So it's going to be a really fun show.
You're a big fan. It's a sing-along. You know the songs. He'll sing it with you.
It's funny because like a few days earlier, there was rumors he was retiring.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so then they were like, ooh, that's the big announcement. And then he dropped the tour.
I hope he'll do like DJ Khaled where he starts the song and then he just throws the mic out and everybody else starts singing.
So if you look at T-Pain's performances on stage, because I think he did Lollapalooza or Coachella, one of them, he performs.
Oh, okay.
That dude is loving life on stage.
So he's not just, let me buy you a drink.
He should do the Super Bowl halftime show.
Oh, he has so many good songs.
I know, because you could bring all the collaborators in with him. That would be so big.
So I know you guys probably saw this from Back to the Future. I know Brian saw it.
Yes.
The guitar that Michael J. Fox he uses at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance.
That's where he plays Johnny Be Good.
Yeah. And everybody starts staring at him.
It's a cherry red Gibson, and it's been missing since 1985.
So why are you bringing it up now?
I don't know.
It's been missing since 85.
So I guess the guitar was rented from Norman's Rare Guitars in Los Angeles and returned after they were done with it. And nobody knows where it went after that.
It's the 40th anniversary of the movie, so they're doing a lot of stuff with it. And so someone from Props was like, where's the guitar that he played? And they're like, well, we gave it back to the rental place. Because at the time, no one knew Back to the Future was going to be this iconic
so
thing.
They just rented it for that scene.
They rented it for the scene and then turned it back in, and now it's gone, and they have no record of who bought it, but they want it back. So they're like they're basically, they built a website to try to find it.
So someone has a guitar, but they have no idea what it is.
Or they know and they just didn't know that they wanted it.
Yeah.
And so they're hoping that anyone that might have bought a guitar in the 80s from this place will go, okay, that my dad bought that.
1985. So they said it's likely that somebody just bought it from Norman's, and there's no record of sales, obviously, because it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
I had some kid just driving, walking with it up and down on concrete.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be beat up by now. They don't have any idea, right?
That's funny.
Mattel has announced the consolidation of its film and television division. So they have their own Mattel Studios.
I didn't know that. What movies have they done?
Barbie.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're actually going to be the ones that create the Barbie sequel.
Okay.
So obviously that's going to be massive for them, and it's so smart that they're doing this. But the Hot Wheels Let's Race, the Masters of the Universe Revolution. They're talking about doing a Polly Pocket movie.
So every toy they ever made now is going to become a movie.
So the Barbie, the original cast are signed up for.
Yep, Margot Robbie, Ryan Gosling. The film had over $1.4 billion globally, and now they're Mattel's we're going to have our own studios now. So the iconic brands that they have most likely are all going to be turned into movies.
Okay, good. All right, take a little break, come back, and we'll find out what is trending once again on Johnny's House. 909 Johnny's house. What's trending up again, Ray? What you got?
Halloween Horror Nights announced the iconic franchise they're bringing to Orlando.
3 minutes away on Johnny's house. $912 Johnny's house. All right, Ray, what's trending?
All right, so Halloween Horror Nights is coming back to Orlando, of
when
course.
When does it start,
Friday? It's coming August 29th.
Okay.
Going through November 2nd.
Okay.
They just announced that they're bringing the iconic franchise Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
So they're bringing it for 2025. And yeah, so it's going to be pretty big. That's a huge franchise.
It is.
And a big following.
Good.
Also, since a lot more people are going to the movies, they're talking about AMC now has agreed to run more advertising in its theaters.
You mean before the movie?
Yeah.
I went to the movies on Saturday. They said the movie started at 4:15.
Yep.
After the commercials and the trailers, it started 30 minutes later.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, right now, what they're saying, it's been a year-long opposition for commercials that come right before each movie.
Yeah.
And they're ending it now because people were opposed to it. And now what they're saying is that before each movie, AMC will run even more commercials.
I can understand. They got to make a living. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I do like previews. I'm not going to lie. I do love previews.
But they weren't all just preview. They were commercials.
And
yeah.
that was like the weird thing. Because I was like, when I went to the movies, I'm like, why is there advertisements?
Yeah.
You know?
And it changed. Now they have the advertising before the theater go dark. And then once it goes dark, you get a trailer, commercial. A trailer. You're like, Okay.
It is strange.
Right.
Also, the big news yesterday, Orlando Magic. They have 3 new uniforms and a new court that they're going to be playing on. It is the franchise rebranding. They said, don't call it a comeback. This is a new era of Magic basketball.
I like it.
So their OG iconic star and pinstripes representing the true pride of Orlando is what they said.
I think they brought back like the white uniforms back too.
They just freshened up a bit. The black one's kind of cool because it's kind of black with like a little bit of blue in it. And the logo is just clean. I like it.
It's so cute too. The Instagram promotion, that the video that they did, it's so cute. So the identity for the next generation of Magic fans that pays homage to the legends. And we saw our guy Bo Outlaw, like all the OGs representing it too.
I'm gonna need them to bring some over here though.
Yeah, really. They missed last year.
Come on now.
They brought jerseys every year and they didn't last year.
Yeah. So based on the feedback, the new logo and collaboration, it's really just like a lot of people are loving it.
Yeah, I think they'll probably bring them back. Like, we're the NBA finals start tomorrow. So once they start, getting geared up for the next season, I think they'll, bring them out.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. It looks nice.
All right, it is Wednesday. Grown folks sitting together. We're going to talk about adult conversation. Grown folks talking on the radio coming up on Johnny's House. .19, Orlando's number one hit music station. It's XL 1067 Wednesday morning. About this time, we get together. We call it Adult Conversation. That's what we have, conversation with just adults listening, and we talk to each other about adult kind of things. We start off the conversation, and to keep an adult conversation going, you must call and talk back with us. When that stops, we will not do it again. All right. The topic today came from one Mr. Brian Grimes. Brian, the topic is...
Well, thankfully, I don't actually have a story for this. I just want to sit back and laugh at y'all's. What has ever happened while you were at the movies that just made the movies come to an abrupt stop for whatever the reason might be.
Okay. All right. I guess I'll go first. Well, I was once going to the movies, and all of a sudden, I heard there was a statement made, and I wasn't sure what the statement was, and you don't want to seem awkward at the movies, so I whispered back, "What you say?" And she said, "Choke me."
Oh my gosh!
I'm sorry. What?
You're choking?
Choke me. Hold on. Time out. Stop. Time out. First of all, I ain't choking nobody. This conversation
she asked for it.
This is a conversation. This is a conversation should have been had before. Yeah. We should have had some conversation, and then before we even started, all right, is that choking? I mean, what degree of choking are we talking here?
Right, because choking kills you.
Yeah, you gotta.
You're not gonna strangle her.
That's what I'm saying. Before
he's not a veteran choker.
No,
right?
I'm not a veteran. Thank you, Ray. So having drinks is like, you have a conversation with some crazy stuff. You might not. I ain't gonna judge you. What? I like to be choked. Oh, really? Okay. So let's play the game. Let's say, how about, is that a choke? No. So that's perfect choking right there. That right there is the perfect choking. Yeah. See, now I know.
Right. Because what happens if he says, all right, does it, not too good at it, she expires.
Oh my God.
They show up.
Yes.
He says, well, she told me to do it.
No, I'm going to jail.
And they're going to say, right.
Yeah. And I don't know about no safe words or nothing like that. So at that point, I was just
that's a pre-movie discussion.
Yeah, it was at that point the movie was, it was over because the mood was broken. And
I mean, I know I'm a 1 on a freak scale with the missionary, but I mean, I feel like you have to discuss choking.
And at that point, she felt uncomfortable, and I just and it was just
right now it's all weird.
It's just weird. Yeah. Let's just fall asleep or something, and I probably won't see you after tomorrow. But, Ray.
I can't think of anything.
Whatever!
I can't think of anything.
Nothing.
Honestly, why would I stop? Nothing's stopping me.
It's like a runaway train.
Nothing stop. Listen, I've fallen off and hit my back on a marble table before and kept it going.
Kept the party going.
Yeah, I woke up with freaking bruises down my spine. It's called the team player.
So
I mean, not even.
So then you just go ahead and choke them. If someone said choke me, you'd be like, all right.
What if they just started? You're like,
I would just put my hands around their throat, but I wouldn't be squeezing.
No. What about they just say, well, women love to be choked, and all of a sudden you start getting choked.
Well, then I would know my limit, though. I'd be like, okay.
So that would stop the movie.
But I mean, I don't think anybody's gonna be choking me where I'm gonna suffocate.
That's what choking is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Guys, there's a friendly, playful choking before.
But the idea of it is because it's supposed to raise the level, is to cut off your oxygen.
It's like,
people have died from it.
Their oxygen cut off.
Now, hold on.
Ray, tell me you haven't heard about it.
Yeah. No, does.
It has happened, yes.
Now, after that situation was over, I decided to look it up just in case in life that ever happens again.
Right.
And what I read was that you have this vulnerability that someone has your life in their hands, and you're just vulnerable. You're just open.
I don't think that's the mindset.
Well, you tell the people that I wrote it from, Ray. I didn't write it.
No, they want to get the lightheaded choking sensation while they're also getting the other sensation. Okay.
That's not why.
Hey, Brian.
Then you tell me why.
Brian. Ray been choked before.
I know.
She's trying to be down playing stuff like that.
Make me Google
people be friendly.
Google why do people like to be choked.
Ray talk about friendly choking. I don't know nothing about no friendly choking. I didn't know. But I looked it up. I
You're looking up choking. Of course, it's going to say something about cutting off the airways.
I told you. I said what I read. It says you're vulnerable to this person in the heat of the moment.
It does make you feel vulnerable. Yes,
they have your life in their hand. That's what
Yeah, Ray. It says right here. It's called erotic asphyxiation. And it is engaged in, it's supposed to intensify things when you cut off oxygen. So, yes, it is risky and potentially dangerous.
I'm not doing it for the lightheadedness. I'll say that.
Seriously, I don't know. Now, Maddie, I don't know what you want to add. Or if you want to participate, that is totally your option. It is up to you.
Well, I've been living with roommates for the last few
so you
years.
get stories.
Did somebody get strangled in your house?
I like that.
I've had roommates where I had this one roommate And this was when me and my boyfriend first started dating.
Mm-hmm.
So you should know better than to be trying to come into my room.
And
she does the mom thing where she knocks as she's walking in the door.
On the way in, yeah.
Okay.
On the way in.
Oh, that's when you. Hey, listen. I come out with a robe on. Listen, this is the lease that you signed. I'm gonna go ahead and rip that up. Pack your stuff up. Because you feel like you can just walk up in my room.
Grown ass woman playing red light, green light.
But Brian, it adds to the excitement.
It's preparing you for kids.
Look, if I had as many roommates as you did, I have 8 locks on my door. I'm like, all right, good night. Click, 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 padlock.
I would have a Ring doorbell outside my door.
I have all of that. All right, seeing that I was the only one that could participate, and there seems to be some misunderstanding on choking people.
And look, I'm reading it. There's no misunderstanding. I don't know what Ray says she does it for, because none of that is listed here.
All right. All right. Maybe I'm in the wrong.
Ray censored herself. That's okay. That's fine.
I'm in the wrong.
I'm curious as to what you would.
I'm not doing it off of an article that I've read.
I know, and I'm asking.
How else was I to know? Why would if someone?
I'm reading all the reasons given in this, and I can't think of anything outside of these. But apparently, you have one.
If someone said, "Listen."
Maybe it's because I'm with somebody that's in medical and she knows the limits.
Okay, maybe that's it.
Maybe
that's it.
Okay,
I am trusting her.
Okay, Ray. So let's say
what do you get out of
you're
it?
with someone and they say, at the heat of the moment, I want you to pinch my ear as hard as you can. Okay, you're like, all right. You wouldn't look that up and find out what the hell that means, or you just do it?
Because I'd be like, oh, they just like their ear felt.
I'm sorry, I gotta find out. I gotta look it up. I'm sorry, I need to know.
I got options right here. Power dynamics.
Yes.
Exploring boundaries.
See, okay, the power dynamics, yes.
But that's what Johnny was saying.
Yes.
Some people like the idea that like you have that power over them.
Yes.
So that's possible. But
I'm not scared for my life.
Well, it says right here, you should
supposed to be.
It says right here, communication is essential, safety is critical. And consent is paramount.
It has to
of
be.
course.
I'm sorry. At any point in time, hey, what happened to your throat? I got choked last night.
Right.
Was it consensual? Well, he didn't ask.
They're not. Okay. All right. Let's move on.
Well, I didn't, so I don't know. I just stopped. The movie stopped.
Hey, if someone you know is considering engaging in breath play, it is vital to be aware of the inherent dangers.
Yeah.
That's what it says right here.
Yeah. All right. When was the movie stopped, or when was the room stopped when something was happening at the movies? 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. You can text the XL Mobile. That's as far as we go. All right. 407-919-1067, 877-919-1067. What happened that the movie was stopped? It stopped the room. Now, remember, we're on the radio, y'all. Tell your story. You want to hear it next on Johnny's House. 938, Orlando's number one hit music station is XL 1067. You are listening to Johnny's House. It is Wednesday, and every Wednesday around this time, we call it Adult Conversation. Grown folks talking on the radio about grown folks things. And we talk in code, but that's been figured out many, many years ago. And we said, what are some things that have stopped a movie? And we ain't talking about a motion picture. We're talking about a movie that you're in, possibly starring in. What is something that occurred that has stopped the movies? Wait a minute. Say what? And we found a lot about biting people and choking. We found out about this one. Kyle wanted to talk about biting. From Orlando. Hey, Kyle.
Hey there.
You all right, Kyle?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, where you at work or something?
No, I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting to go in.
Oh, you sounding all secretive right now, Kyle. You all right?
Everybody inside's listening, waiting for you to come in.
Yeah, Kyle. All right. So when did something happen to stop the movie?
I discovered a biter. We're gone to the movies. We're enjoying like a little, kind of like a nice Hallmark movie, nice and nice and friendly and sensual. And then suddenly changes it over to a zombie film, bites you right on the cheekbone, and not like a love nibble, like a oh, I want to eat your face. And I'm like, ow.
Again, Kyle, these are things that need to be discussed beforehand.
Absolutely.
Eat your face.
In the paperwork. We went through a nice list of things not listed anywhere. And I believe in second chances. So I thought, okay, we have it on pause for a while. I'm like, okay, let's start it back up again, slowly get back into it. And then right back on the exact same spot. Ow! Okay, out.
So when she bit your face, did you say, hey, I don't like that?
No, I said, ouch, very loudly. And I said, what are you doing? He said, oh, what, do you not like that? Like, no. I don't know what a lot of people to do.
So when round 2 came along, he said, well, you're going to learn to like it.
Apparently. So I guess he's like, oh, maybe he was just kidding the first time. No.
So I'm assuming there was no round 3.
No, absolutely no round 3, nothing. I said, no, I'm turning it off.
So it went from 0 to you trying to bite off my face in 0 seconds.
Yes, absolutely. 0 to 60 immediately.
That's some bath salt type situation.
Yeah, that's some bath salt.
I didn't do it. And no means no, and ouch means ouch.
So you were cool about it at the end of the date. You just decided to ghost the person.
No, I mean, I said pretty much that's it.
So that's not going to happen again.
And I mean, yeah. In full disclosure, yes. Did I get texts for the next 6 months asking to talk? And I said no. I don't enjoy zombie films. No, that's it.
So you reiterated the fact that the reason I'm not talking to you is I told you twice not to bite me, and you did.
Yes.
And absolutely. It wasn't a love tap. It was
Exactly. No, you're right. Absolutely. Like full on Cujo, Walking Dead.
Cujo.
He said, "You over here playing hard to get. Let me try again."
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You don't know you like it yet. You'll find out you'll like it.
Wow.
All right. Go to work, Kyle.
All right, will do. Thank you.
Thank you for calling.
It was good to be here.
Hey, you too, man. Thank you for listening. I'm afraid to go raw, man.
Yeah. See, I can dump it.
All right, let's find out. XL, good morning. Who's this?
Hi, yes, my name is Marlene.
And what did you want to say, Marlene?
I was calling about the stop from the movie.
Yes.
So in the middle of the movies, my wife turns and looks, and she tells me there's something big on the wall, and I turn around and look, and it's a huge palmetto bug.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's gonna stop a movie. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
I don't care what kind of movie you in. It can be a deep movie. If you see a big, I don't care about no palmetto. It's a roach.
Hey, he just watching.
It was so big. It was so. I was terrified. I had to get up, turn on the lights, and forget it. The whole mood is gone after that. And now, even after I killed it, I'm still looking for more because I'm just so paranoid.
That reminds me of a story years ago. We went to this girl's house, and a roach, one of those big palmetto bugs, walked across the wall. And the girl said, "Hey, somebody get his shoe. We need to kill it." The guy I was with, he said, "Somebody about to get a gun." Look at that thing.
Exactly. One of those.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was over. All right. Thank you for sharing it. That would.
All right, you guys have a good day.
That would definitely stop moving. Anything over there?
XL Mobile, powered by Attorney Dan Newland. In a wreck, need a check. It's a no-brainer. Call Attorney Dan Newland. Someone said the worst Charlie horse they ever had. Like
yeah.
Like a sniper shot him.
Yeah. Hey, here's the funny thing about a Charlie horse. You try to work through it.
You do.
You do try to work through it.
And it's a limp.
Yes,
You're limping the rest of the way. Someone said I tried to fit a little too many snacks in my mouth. Almost choked. That stopped the movie real quick.
Oh, no.
And then someone did say they did go through the choking ray and it did get too aggressive. They had to go to the hospital and that little thing that hangs in their throat was swollen up.
See? There should be some discussion.
Too much force and excitement.
Yes.
Thank God my girl's in medical.
I'm just saying. On that note, it's 9:44. Let's get out of here, y'all. 9:49 is Johnny's house. Time to get up out of here, Ray. What's going on in your world today?
I have to just run errands. I have to get my car serviced and everything. Okay. So
adulting.
Yeah. On our Instagram, XL1067, Pride is this month, and Girls in Wonderland is one of the big events happening this weekend. And I've teamed up with them to hook you up with some all access passes.
Okay.
So if you want to enter to win that, it's on the XL1067 Instagram.
When I was single, I always wanted to go to that.
You should have.
I just wanted to go in because I'm sure that was everybody went in there gay.
Well, yeah, maybe. I mean, you could have went to the Gay Days events.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to go to that one because I heard it was just insane.
It is absolutely insane.
Yeah. All right. Maddie, what you got going on today?
Working, but I think I'm gonna go work from home.
Okay.
There you go.
Answer emails from bed horizontally.
Sounds good. Don't fall asleep. B.
Nothing. Just a bunch of radio shows I got to do. I got another appointment with my people over at Red Mountain Weight Loss today. And then I'm still dealing with the car situation.
Yeah, no joke.
Getting in the car accident's a pain. I didn't do it. I was talking to my people with insurance. Like, I've gone my entire life with no car accident. So I'm dealing with my sons because I own the car technically.
Yeah. All right. Ryan Seacrest, it's all yours. Have a beautiful day, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.